Mirissa, Sri Lanka, and today we're going whale watching. So we spoke to our guide yesterday, and we also spoke to a few local people and had a little look online, and it's actually meant to be quite ethical, the whale watching here. So we thought we'd give it a try and let you know if it's worth doing, or if it's something that you should avoid. We have been told by the government that there is a rule that you cannot chase the whales and that you need to stay a safe, I think it's 50 metres away from the whale. So we're hoping that because there are these things in place, that it's going to be a more ethical experience, but I am a little bit anxious about it at the same time. It's 6:15 at the moment. We're getting collected now to go to the port, and I think the boat's going to leave about 7 o'clock. Hopefully we're going to get some anti-sickness medication before then, and yeah, fingers crossed it'll be a great day. As we arrived on the boat, we were one of the last passengers to get on the boat, which was a good thing because there was no two seats together. The captain actually said that we can sit at the front, and as we sat down, we were the envy of everyone. Everyone got out of their seats and ran to the front to try and sit down to get a better view. So otherwise it's like 4 lanes of people, and if there's a whale to like your left or your right, you can't see it because everyone's stuck in the middle. We waited at the port for about 20 minutes before we set sail, but it was sunrise and it was so beautiful. We got to see all the oranges and the pinks like showing up behind like the boats and behind the scenery, so it was really, really gorgeous. And then we set sail. Soon after setting sail, we were given our breakfast. I had this egg baguette and it had like this chili in it, and when I tell you, this little chili didn't look lethal, but it was so spicy. But we were grateful for the breakfast. We were then given a briefing about the etiquette of being on the boat, and to be honest, the only thing he said was stay down, do not stand up. If a whale is on the left, he'll tell you it's on the left. If there's something on the right, he'll tell you it's on the right. Don't stand up because you're going to block everyone else's views. You would be so amazed at how many people couldn't understand that one command, stay down. Obviously for us at the front it wasn't too bad because we can kind of see forwards and kind of see to the right. It was actually quite annoying because there was quite a few dolphin pods to the left that we just couldn't see because everyone was just standing up in our way. So after no time at all, we actually saw a turtle floating around on the sea, and we thought this is a good sign. He was just floating around, minding his own business. And then after no time, we saw dolphins. Now we found out that these are spinner dolphins, which are actually the most acrobatic out of all of the dolphin species. And there were so many of them. I think literally hundreds. I can't remember what it's called. I think are they pods or schools? Whatever they were, there were hundreds, and the water was quite clear. So when they came close to the boat, you can see down, and there was hundreds of them. And it was quite nice because the dolphins were either passing by the boat or swimming like and jumping next to the boat. So the boats weren't necessarily chasing the dolphins, which obviously we really appreciated. But it was amazing to see them, and yeah, some of them were like jumping out the water, and it was just it was incredible. I didn't expect to see so many dolphins. So about an hour in, I think our captain got word of mouth that there was a whale up ahead. They said they didn't know what it was. It could be a blue whale, it could be a fin whale. So all of the boats kind of made like a beeline towards these little boats. So I think what happens is they have little boats that go out, and these little boats swim around. Boats don't swim, what do? These little boats that were floating around, sailing around, doing what boats do, and they're the little boats that find the whales, and then they call in to the big boats with obviously the passengers on to say, hey, there's a whale here, come find me. So we all started going over to the whale, and to be honest, it wasn't ideal. Whilst we weren't steaming following this whale, we kind of would like wait for it to come up to do a breath, and then the whale goes back down, and then we're predicting where it's going to come up again. But it was after like no time at all, you kind of was a bit like over it, so to speak, like a little bit like, okay, let's let him get away, because it must be so frustrating as a whale to like just come up for air, and you come up and there's like 15 boats around you, and then you have to like go down because you're like, oh, get out of my face. And then again, like, you come up a few minutes later and you're like, you're still here? How are you still here? But anyway, we left it alone. Our captain said at the beginning, we could be out for 2 hours, we could be out for 7 hours. We'll stay out until we see a whale. Thank goodness we saw a whale after about 2 hours, because everyone on our boat was feeling rough. Most people, I'd say about 1 out of 5 people were throwing up at this point. There was a girl next to us that was throwing up. There was an auntie behind us that was throwing up. And obviously, when people throw up near you, it makes you also want to throw up. And even though we had our sickness medications, it still was a bit like, don't look, don't look, don't look. But I personally, I was all right. Like, I was really enjoying myself. Like, I had the sea breeze. I had everything was going great for me. But yeah, a lot of people, I think the people who didn't take the medication, they were feeling rough because it was quite choppy. So yeah, after I think being with the whale for maybe 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, captain was like, everyone see it? Yeah, perfect. Turned around and made our way back. And I think it took maybe half an hour to get back to the port. Oh, it's worth knowing that even though you get picked up from your hotel, they don't drop you off. But the good thing is there is a line of tuk-tuks obviously waiting to take you back. I thought it was pick up and drop off, but that wasn't the case. We got picked up, off the boat, left. So yeah, either pre-arrange your tuk-tuk for the way home, or we just jumped in one that was there to take us back. So just got back from whale watching, and I kind of have mixed... Drop my bowl. There were, I'd say, about 15 boats, some big. There was maybe 4 big boats, and then some speed boats, and then a few smaller ones. And whilst they weren't chasing the whales, they were kind of predicting where they were going to come up for air, trying to get to that spot. They'd come up for air for a little bit and then come back down. And then the boats would kind of cruise along a little bit until they predict again where they're going to come up. The whale would come up, have a breath, and then go back down. So whilst I've seen online, especially places like Bali, where you do the dolphin tour and their boats are just following them, it's not like that at all. We actually came across 4 pods of dolphins, big family groups, and they were jumping down. They were the spinner dolphins. And we did see, I think, 1 fin whale, which the man said is the 2nd largest animal in the world, probably after the blue whale. And yeah, like I said, it came up for air, came down. So mixed reviews. I think if you really want to see whales, then it's more ethical than some other excursions that happen. However, if you're just looking for something to do for a day, kind of would miss it. Like I said, they come up, you see their little air hole, and then they go back down. So you're not really seeing, well, we didn't see the big tail flip or the big jump or anything like that. Well, maybe you can. But for us, we just saw a few little, and then they went back down. And then a few dolphins. Oh, and we saw 1 turtle just floating around. So yeah, mixed feelings. I think my sister really enjoyed it. There was lots of people throwing up. I think 1 in 5 people threw up, which is then a little bit like watching other people throw up. And then on the way back, everyone is just poofed out, tired, sleeping. Too much sun, too much water, too much, a bit of everything. So yeah, mixed feelings. But my final thoughts would be, if you have to, if you're a big whale enthusiast or you love sea life and you have to do it, do it. If not, I'd probably skip it for the day. But yeah, that's my reviews on whale watching in Mirissa. Have a great day. Bye.